Hello, Mike is here. Today, I want to give a very practical introduction to MCP. In this example, we're not going to be building our MCP service yet. It'll come further, but I'll explain what MCPs are by using a very good example. So let's begin. First of all, what does it stand for? It stands for Model Context Protocol, and it's a standard which has been developed by Anthropic, the company which is very famous for their Claude model and their coding tool called Claude, Claude Code. And loosely speaking, this standard allows us to feed more data into a large language model, integrate with third-party services, and even perform actions. Without much further ado, let's have an example. So, in order to prepare this video and talk at the local meetup, I created a board in Linear so that I could organize myself. Linear is a popular project management tool similar to Jira and Trello. So, if I open Claude Desktop and if I ask it what is assigned to me in Linear, chances are it will not know. Large language models are trained on a vast amounts of data: websites, books, magazines, videos, images, audio. But all the data is available in public access. LLMs don't have access to your private data, which is great. We don't want it to be exposed. But we still love the power of large language models. And what if we could connect our private data with LLMs? That's where MCPs come useful. As we have seen here, Claude just knew about Lean in general, but not about what is assigned to me. So how do we solve this problem? Well, luckily, this tool, Claude Desktop, allows us to easily do that. I just press Search in Tools, I go to Manage Connectors, and there I press Browse Connectors. And here we see what they call connectors is, in fact, a list of these MCP servers, and many of them provided like by big companies like Google. We can actually connect to Gmail and Google Calendar, Google Drive even, but what we're looking for right now is Linear. I'm going to press connect. It will redirect me to the authorization page where I should press connect, grant access to Linear. It will start the Claude Code. And I'm going to repeat the same very prompt, what is assigned to me in Linear, and we'll see what is going to happen now. So it's doing this magic, it's doing this clouding, and I was pondering. Aha! It's checking the issues which are currently assigned to me in Linear, and we see this cool thing called list my issues. And yes, it's got like the active issues, completed issues, all from the board we have seen, right? So what happened here? Underneath, it's called what's called a MCP tool called list my issues. It's on request, saying like no more than 50 issues, and I got a JSON response back. That's cool, right? Like we managed to ask an LLM about our private data, and it got us a response, all by just doing a simple connection. So can we go one step further and create something, create a ticket in Linear? Let's try that. I'm gonna write Claude, create me a ticket about creating a better examples. And let's see what's gonna happen. Ooh, it's calling create issue. What it is? Aha, it passed the title, create better examples. It even came up with some description. And finally, it did create a ticket. I'm just going to open that link, and here it is. And if I go on the board, I can see it here, right? So how did it happen? Magic. But what is that magic? So first thing first, this is a diagram which I stole from the official MCP website. What happened here? We used an MCP client and we added an MCP server linear, and it did a discovery. It gave us a list of tools, and actually with the list of tools I can go back to Claude. I can show them here linear, and here those list of tools. We saw list my issues, and we used create issue, but there are many other ones. So if I go back to the diagram, so after we got a list of tools, we have entered the prompt. And then LLM performed this magic. It thought, can this prompt be answered by an MCP tool? If there's any tool which is there, and it found one, in one case list issues, and then it called it, and we got results back. But it didn't just display us raw JSON, it actually processed results and then displayed us a response in a nice format. And in the case of creating an issue, it went a step further. It took some information from our prompt, mapped it onto the input parameters of create issue tool, and called it. And that's how we had a ticket created in Trello. Okay, that's the very first video in the series. And in the next videos, we'll be using other MCP servers and finally building our own. Stay tuned. Bye.